must be some kind of a mystery. I can't.
You checked with the bank, no? They never laid eyes on her, no? You still trust him? Hot creeper. She sat there while I dumped it out. Hardly even looked at it. Planning and even flirting with me.
Gee, sorry I didn't hear you in all this rain. You look cold and hungry. Like to come in for a bite to eat?
No, I tell you, they'll not be feeding their ugly appetites with my food or my son.
Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. The story of a young man and his mother. One of them being not quite, well, you know. Hi, I'm Anthony Perkins. As you may recall, I played the role of Norman Bates in what became the most famous of all of Hitchcock's films. Hitch was a master storyteller. He loved to make movies that would keep an audience in his total control. He would lead them down a path of expectations, only to suddenly send them off in an entirely new direction. This was known as the plot twist, and Psycho was its premier example. Now combine this with the photography, the editing, the soundtrack, and all the other technical elements. The final result was just as Hitchcock planned, to hear the audience scream. Now, for example, if Mr. Hitchcock had Janet come across this lonely place in broad daylight, it would have been one thing. But of course, he made it night. And naturally, the night was rather foggy, and windy, and of course, there was that rain. And let's add a little light into the dark. The perfect, dark, foreboding night. And so, it's mood set. Janet arrives. Janet decides to get some of that road dirt off and take a shower. That was Janet's big mistake. You see, Psycho grew out of Hitchcock's TV series, which featured the twist ending. In Psycho, the twist was that Norman and his mother were actually the same person.
But why tell you about it when we can show you? I believe our director and cameraman are ready. So, ladies and gentlemen, here it comes. The shower scene.
Very good, Mr. Perkins. What we're going to do now is show you the first 9 shots of the shower scene. As I call these shots out, they'll be appearing on the screens above us. So keep your eyes on those, because 3 of these shots have already been filmed. See if you can spot which ones they are. Camera, rolling. Playback. And action. Shot 1. Shot 2. Shot 3. Okay. All right, let's see shot 4. All right, nice. You ready, Mom? Shot 5.
Cut. Excuse me, maybe I can explain what went wrong here.
You see, Psycho was based on a real murder case. Years later, they made a much more graphic film based on the same case. It was called the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But Hitchcock felt the violence of the crime was just too horrible. Next, he had to decide what to do with the knife. Even in black and white, hacking someone up with one of these is not a pretty picture. So he decided to use the camera instead of the knife. He shot this 3-minute sequence with 78 separate camera angles. Then Hitch edited the shots in rapid sequence so that he was able to create the violence of a vicious attack without the knife ever once piercing the skin. By the way, there's one thing I would like to clear up. I didn't do it. Honest, I was in New York rehearsing a play. They used a stand-in to play Mom in the shower scene. In fact, they had to blacken her face so the camera didn't pick up her features. But anyway, let's show you a taste of what great filmmaking is all about. Well, don't worry, Mom. It took Sir Alfred 7 full days with a 40-person crew to shoot this one scene. And there's no way we could reveal all the master's secrets in the time we have. Maybe the best thing we could do is just play Hitchcock's scene exactly as he shot it. Ready? Here it is in its entirety. Alfred Hitchcock's most powerful scene. The scene that drove thousands to sponge baths. And thank you so much for being with us today to discover the genius of Alfred Hitchcock. Beyond those doors lie more of Alfred Hitchcock's secrets and some special effects that you can photograph yourselves. But remember, watch out for the twist.